My name is Monica Gleiberman, and you're listening to Silence on Set podcast. On today's podcast, we have Emma Milani, who plays Ana Phoneix in the new hit show Monarch. The show is an epic, multi-generational musical drama about America's first family of country music, the Romans. In Monarch, the Romans are passionate and fiercely talented people, but while their name is synonymous with honesty, their very foundation of this family's success is a lie. So to give us all of the juicy gossip, here's Emma Milani. I want to ask you just in the very beginning, how did you get involved with the project and end up playing Anna?
Basically, I just auditioned for it. It was an open call, and I sent in a tape, and I guess they liked it, so we got on a Zoom meeting. The whole casting process was over Zoom. I never met anybody. I never met any of the creators or anything until I got to Georgia. And so I got on a Zoom call with them, and I had curtain bangs at the time, and I was like stressed out, and they were falling in my face. So we had to retape it like a million times because they were like, "We love you, but we can't see your face." So and then I got the call that I was going out to Georgia.
Obviously, you're not new. You were on a TV series called Solve. Like, you have done other projects, but this project in particular has like pretty big names attached to it. There's a singing element. There's like all these different things. So when you get that call, are you like, "Oh my god," or are you like,
Yes.
I don't know what to do"? So like, what was your like first reaction as you're traveling there?
It was definitely like, "Oh my god." Yeah, I'm not like it wasn't like came out of the womb and then boom, here this is. Like I did some stuff, but really I am new, really I am because this is my first project that's big like this. I was at a cafe in Frogtown, which is like a little neighborhood in LA, shooting this short, like limited series with a friend of mine. And I got the call from my manager that I had booked it. And I was just like, oh my God, it was nuts. Oh my God, I'm getting emotion. But it was like, it was so crazy, it was like, I don't believe that this is real. And we immediately got my parents on the phone and they were like, really? Like I called my brother and he was like, what? He was like howling.
Oh.
um, yeah, I mean, and it was just surreal. It was totally surreal. Within those, I think it was 2 weeks, I packed all my stuff up. I had like 2 weeks to get everything ready to go, and I got on a plane to Georgia. And it's
Like,
it's still just like, what?
I know, and, like, I love that you get, like, emotional about it because I feel like that's how I would be, because so many people are like, "Oh, yeah, like, yeah, this is my next project," but you should love it, and this should be, like, a life-altering moment, and it was for you, so, like, I'd love to hear you still get emotional about it even after filming because that's so normal. Like, I feel like that's how I would be. I'd be like, "What, me? Like, really? Like,
Yeah.
alright," like, and then your whole life changes.
Totally. It was definitely like a what me moment. It was life changing. I mean, it changed everything for me. It changed my entire life. Some of the people that I know now because of it, whether that be from the Monarch cast or just from where life brought me because of it, it's just changed absolutely everything. And yeah, it's just like, okay, here we go. This is my life and I'm so grateful for that. It's nuts.
So, talk to me about character creation because you get the call, obviously, you get it, you go. And I want to hear a little bit about how you prepared to play her. And then, how do you feel so far with the season? We're right in between the second to last episode and the finale. Like, it just aired, and then we have the finale coming up. So, talk to me about your preparation for her and then how that translated on screen over the course of the season.
I always say that Anna's story is just like mine. So the character creation, I don't want to say that it was easy because none of this is easy stuff, but it was easy for me to tap into that kind of what the writers have written for her. It's really a similar story to mine because Anna is a 16, or I'm not 16, but she's a 16-year-old girl who is dying to be a country singer. That's her dream. She's always felt connected to it since she was a little girl. And she doesn't have her foot in the door. There's no nepotism, there's no guidance in that way. There's no one to tell her, hey, kid, this is what you need to do to make it. And I always say that that's kind of, I really understand that because, you know, my parents aren't involved in any kind of music or film world, film or television world. My dad's a businessman and my mother moved here from Poland and had some, you know, was a makeup artist for a while and then became our mother, and that was her life. So I get what it's like to not really know where to start and to kind of just enter this crazy world, wandering through it and trying as hard as you can to do what you need to do to get there. I understand her and those feelings of, is this the right thing for me? Am I gonna make it? Am I good enough? You know, can I do this? I really get that. So the creation of the character for me was just tapping into those feelings of fear, honestly, fear of rejection and fear of that you're choosing the wrong thing. I think probably Melissa could sniff that on me and she was like, that's the girl.
She looks scared. Put her in.
Yeah, Melissa was like, she needs this.
When we first meet her, I do feel like she's like, I don't know what to do. Like, I know my goal. I know what I want. I don't know how to get there. And I don't know what's going on. And then
Yeah.
she's like thrusted in this world with some of the most cutthroat, craziest characters with murders and fire and like all sorts of things going on throughout the season. So how do you think, like, it's funny because it does parallel so much of your life in terms of like being thrusted in the industry, which could be, you know, not the best place to be in. I don't know if it's as dramatic as the show, but it's not the best place to be in. So for you, what was that like in terms of dealing with the drama aspects and how does she get affected? Because she starts to change as the season goes on. In particular, like I said, like we just saw the 9th episode. So we were 1 episode away from the finale, but like she has changed significantly from when we first met her. So how do you work on that as the scripts are coming in?
Yeah, I think obviously watching the show, everybody were all like, whoa, this is crazy. What's going on? This is insane. But for the characters, that's their world. You know, that's their world and that's their reality. So I never approach it as that kind of thing where she's like, this is insane. Because when we deal with things in real life, I mean, obviously we have moments where we're like, this is insane, but it's like you have to be able to grapple with your reality as it comes. So I think Anna deals with that in a teenage way where she's like, you are betraying me. You lied to me. This is crazy, but I'm going to do. So I think that as she grows over this, that change that you mentioned with Anna over the course of the season is that when she first gets there, she is just kind of in awe of everything and taking it all in. Whatever she can get, she takes. And as she gets more comfortable in the world and all of the insanity and the intensity, she becomes more of a teenager. And she's like, okay, now I'm here. What's all this about? With Kat, you know, when she goes to the show with Ace, when she starts lying about where she is, she develops a little bit more confidence. And I think that plays a huge part in her growth is the confidence that she has and feeling like she belongs there or that she has some place there. You know, she becomes more angsty and more like, I'm gonna do my thing.
But I feel like now, as we're on episode 9, she has a voice. She's extremely vocal. She knows what she wants. And now she's playing the game a little bit. She's becoming familiar with it. She wants people loyal to her. If they're not loyal to her, she knows she's starting to handle it and kind of like play the game. And I feel like she's becoming a little more of like an aggressive player in this scenario of this world, right? Which is a normal thing, right? This is what they're all doing. So she needs to do this in order to survive. So where do we find her after this episode just aired? Where do we find her now? And then moving forward.
Well, yes. So we know now, right, that Anna's a Roman. We also know that she wants to be with Ace. And so that's a huge problem, right?
A little bit of an issue.
I think that measures will be taken to create a solution that makes the Romans happy. If we are given a season 2, that we'll see a lot more of that.
Do you think that she and Ace are made for each other? Because there's a lot of like debate about this too, like whether they're good together, not good together, if they help each other, or it's the negative thing. So do you, for all the fans out there that love them or hate them, do you think that's where we're heading? If there was a season 2, that they should be together, or like, how are your feelings on it?
And obviously, I have no idea if we did have a season 2 whether they would be or not. But my feelings are that Ace and Anna are star-crossed lovers, right? It's like any other story. It's Romeo and Juliet. And what I know is that Anna is totally in love with him. She looks at it with rose-colored lenses, It's like all these things are happening that are telling us it's not okay, or that it won't happen, whether it is okay or not. But I'm in love with him, so I actually don't care. He's just going to be my boyfriend. Screw you guys. You know what I mean? But I think that he looks at it with a little bit more logic, because he knows how his family rolls, and he knows that it's going to be a really tough journey for them. And so do I think that that could cause some conflict between the two of them, even because of the difference in feelings? Yes, totally. But do I think that they belong together? Yes, whether it be an easy journey or a really hard one. I think
Right.
that they should end up together.
In terms of their relationship and that family, do you think that she's ever going to face, I mean, she's faced a little bit of fallout, but do you think she's going to face more fallout from that family in particular, because of the situation between the two families, that they're just not, they're just not seeing eye to eye, since we've met them. So is that going to fall over and spill into her in the finale in some way?
I think that what the Romans want to do is to tread very, very carefully with Kat. But I also think that even with all of the chaos and distrust and craziness, I think the Romans do have a sort of protect the pack mentality with Anna, because she's just a kid with a dream. I think that they don't put, I don't think that they are going to put that on her. I think that most of the distrust is with Kat. And the problem with Anna is that, okay, you're now in our family and you're also dating our son. So they're like, what's wrong with you? Yeah, but I think if any kind of career issues were to happen for Anna, it would be just, collateral damage from Kat. I don't think that they're going to have it out for her career-wise and try and destroy her.
I wanted to ask you, we kind of discussed it already, but first, for fans that are obsessed with the show, because this is like, literally episodes air on Hulu, and then we all call each other, everyone's talking, and we're like, oh my God, what do you think is gonna happen next week? Like, we're all like into it. Fans love it. It's just like that guilty pleasure, like you just can't help but just want to see these families and like this chaos happen. So for fans that love the show and they don't get to talk to you, is there anything that you want to tell them? And then what can we hope in terms of a season 2? Because we're all already going, okay, finale's gonna air. Now what?
I've been asked that question before, like, what do you want to tell everybody, if there's anything you can say? But I guess what I would say is steady on, not that I'm Brad Pitt or anything, but I always wanted to be an actress, and this feels like I'm doing it. So I guess just steady on. If you want to do something, then just the best place to start is by doing it, trying.
Is there anything that you want to like say to the fans of yours, like of her and the show and all of that?
Thanks for liking me, I guess. Thanks for watching it. I hope we get a season 2. I'm waiting to hear about that. And if we do, then, more good stuff coming. I'll do my best.
Hope you guys enjoyed listening to Emma Milani talk about her character Ana Phoneix in the show Monarch. The show is currently airing weekly on Fox and is also available next day to stream on Hulu, so make sure you check it out. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you're updated on all of our latest podcasts, and head over to our YouTube channel, hit subscribe so you're updated on all of our video content.